Greetings! Welcome to 64 video blog number 5. If you need any prior information about the previous 4 videos, you just need to email me at goodone46@charter.net. I was doing something on YouTube and apparently I broke one of their rules. So I'm not sure if I can get through to YouTube, but this will be, you may find this in a different place when you look for it. But it won't be hard to find. It will be on Facebook, definitely. The last time we had talked about how I had failed the mapping process. The mapping process had to do with going up into my hepatic artery, which goes into the liver, and trying to block off what they called off-ramps so they could do the radioactive, what was called spheres approach, which would put radioactive particles right into my liver and in that way fight off the cancer that was in there. But that was eliminated because the mapping process did not work and I could not block off the off-ramp that was heading towards my stomach. And should a, oh, it wouldn't be should, but some of the radioactive particles would have gone towards my stomach and would have eaten through the lining of my stomach and killed me, so that's not a process. So we had to come up with something new, and the doctors, being Barnes doctors, had something in waiting, and they'd called me right shortly after they had told me that this process was eliminated. And as I mentioned last time, the process that they have come up with is called chemoembolization, and it's really a two-pronged approach to fighting the tumors in my liver. First, they inject, just like they were going to do with the radioactive particles, they inject chemotherapy right in through that artery, and they inject the chemotherapy right into the liver. They're going to do half of the liver now and half of the liver in 1 month. But the chemotherapy would be directed specifically to the tumors through the hepatic artery. And they know that the hepatic artery, which is one of the arteries that runs into the liver, is the primary artery that feeds the tumors. So the first part is to get the chemotherapy focused directly into the liver. And the second part of that is the embolization process, which is a process where they block off the blood flow to the liver, which also, of course, would block off the block off the flow of blood and oxygen to the tumor, which would hopefully combined help to shrink the tumors. And you know, again, the whole hope is to extend my life. And their experience is that it can extend your life up to a year or so, and then even after a year you can have it done again. So at this current time, I'm still having no symptoms, and I'm very thankful of that. I know some people are having some horrible symptoms. So my first symptoms, I guess, will be from the treatment, which is not uncommon, that the treatments can cause problems, but this is a focused treatment, so the symptoms shouldn't be really too dramatic. This treatment is typically a last resort. Typically, people have already tried systemic chemo, which is where they inject chemo through a port, and it goes throughout your body, and it suppresses your immune system. And in this case, they've tried that, and that has not shrunk the tumors in the liver. They may have tried radiation, and after those two procedures have failed, they will try this procedure, And even when those two procedures have failed, somewhere between 65 and 70% show some improvement. And I guess my advantage is that I still have tissue in my liver that hasn't been affected by chemotherapy. So I have some healthy tissue in my liver, and that could be an advantage to me as far as how I react to the chemotherapy. But the fact that it's confined is a very good thing, and that makes a big difference in whether or not I could even receive it. And again, as I mentioned before, early on, that I couldn't receive the chemotherapy because it was systemic. And the reason that I can have this done is because it is not systemic. It is focused on the tumors, and then with the blocking off the blood supply, it's contained in the liver for up to a couple of weeks. So during that entire time, the chemotherapy is primarily fighting the tumors. It shouldn't do much damage to the liver, certainly not like traditional chemotherapy. And with the lack of oxygen being supplied because the blood supply to the tumors is cut off, hopefully I'm still optimistic that it could work real well. All of my doctors at Barnes are on board with this. They all think it's an appropriate treatment. I will be there. This is the weekend of the 20th and 21st, Saturday and Sunday. So Monday, the 22nd, I arrive there at 7 a.m. and get prepped for the treatment or surgery, whatever you want to call it. And they give me an IV so that they can sedate me and inject a dye, which gives them a better idea of the blood flow. So I am allergic to the dye, but they prep me for that the night before. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. They expect the treatment to take about 90 minutes, but as is typical, I would probably be complicated. It may take a little longer. My wife Jan will be there with her computer, and she is Jan Goodwin at charter.net if you want to contact her, and she will be trying to contact some people. So anyway, chemoembolization will be what will be going on, and again, they're not sure, but I may feel nausea, some pain, and they can give me some medicine for that. And the other thing that they mentioned was that I might lose my hair. Well, okay. But fortunately, I have this nice toupee that I wear, so that should not be a problem. So anyway, that's the latest update. I will try to be in touch again next weekend. Hopefully everything will go well and I'll feel like it. So let's hear a little bit of our theme song, and then we will be in touch and talk to you next week. So hang in there, and I have been encouraged to sing along with this song, Sorry. Losing my hair many years from now, been to me a Valentine, birthday greetings, bottle of wine. Till 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? How about that? Isn't that great? So that's our fun for the day. And watch for next week. And if you have any questions, you can email me or you can email Jan, and she will try to keep people informed, particularly family. This will be on Facebook, and you'll find it somewhere else. I'll be sending it to you. So have a good rest of the weekend. Think about me Monday and pray for me Monday. And I'm confident, I'm still optimistic that things will go well. So we will see you later.